Yo, we got to react to this. Hell no. Hell no, bro. Who is this? Gang, this is the girl who fucked her cousin. This is the girl who cheated on her man and fucked her cousin. It was a insane, disgusting debacle. Oh, nah, my truth.
Hello, everyone. I am here to say my truth and share my story on the things that have been released on the internet and the things that have happened to me. First and foremost, I want to start off by taking full accountability for what I did. I want to start off by apologizing to the person that I hurt the most in this situation, which was my ex. I want to say sorry to my supporters that I disappointed. I did a lot of things that I'm not proud of, and I have to own up to them. To my ex, I'm so sorry for hurting you, and I'm sorry that I did not take your feelings into consideration when I did what I did. But our relationship was not picture perfect.
That right there, you just fucked up. Nobody wants to know about being picture perfect. You cheated. There's no buts. First and foremost, there's no such thing as a but. Just because if there's a rocky relationship, that don't mean let me go fuck around with somebody on the side. That don't look. I have arguments. That don't mean I go text on the side. That don't mean you go text a dude on the side, entertaining people on the side because you got rocky relationship going on. In fact, it wasn't as rocky as she's making it seem. He paid all the bills. How rocky can a relationship be when you live there for free and you're able to do any stream you want? You want to know how you know this? Because he never checked her on saying the weird that she was saying. So how bad was the relationship then? She walked over him. How bad was it? Yo, listen, I know there's three sides to every story, but pay attention. She dog walked him. She was shitting on him. She was blatantly saying certain shit on stream. He was allowing her to dress how she wants to dress and do whatever she wants. How is there a fucking rocky relationship when the man's is letting you do everything and he's looking goofy? How? And you fucked your cousin.
As it may seem. I lost myself in our relationship and I was in a very dark place at the time when I did what I did.
That I feel bad for.
I have to own up to what I did. I have to take accountability for my actions. Yeah. And in doing that, I've come to realize that I need help for myself and for all my loved ones around me. I know I've done wrong. I fucked up. And I'm taking time away to seek professional help in order to correct my mistakes, reflect on what I've done, and become a better person.
Damn, she took accountability there.
I'm on here to share my story because regardless, I've done wrong and I did not.
It's not that I don't feel bad for her. She cheated, but I'm not gonna count her out of her personal life, man. I feel bad. We don't know what the fuck happened to her personally. We don't know what led to her doing this. So I'm not gonna be no evil dude. I don't like people who be like just based off of a woman doing a guy wrong. It's hoes. No, what led to this? Was she? What the fuck happened to her? Like, and they said she was like suicidal. I feel bad. Like I feel bad for those things. Listen, this is not my girl. This ain't my friend, whatever. I don't have no emotion towards the idea that he might be hurt. I feel bad that he's hurt, and I feel bad that he went through that because he may never trust another woman again. But we don't know. What if she tells you right now some crazy that happened, so it might have fucked with her brain. Now she normalized it. I don't laugh at that, man. That's crazy. It could be really fucked up. Obviously, you still gotta face consequences when you do harm amongst other people. But yeah, I don't know how they do that. Just like Mr. McJuggernuggets, whatever his name is, I'll show you. We're gonna watch that too real quick. I don't know how we'll say it after.
I have to go down that route and I deeply regret it. But there's more to my story and there's a lot of lies and misinformation being spread about me in order to farm more hate and negativity towards my name. And I would like to clear up a lot of things. First, I want to address the note that was released online. I did not have any involvement in creating it or writing it in any way. It was only shared to me. And I also want to make this very clear. I did not have any sexual intercourse with anybody outside of my relationship. There was a rumor going around that I was cheating my entire relationship and I've been doing this for months, which is completely false because this is only a recent incident that had occurred. I'm not trying to make anything completely false that I was cheating anybody. I'm very clear. I did not have any sexual intercourse with anybody outside of my relationship.
Nobody said she did. Nobody said you did. What was actually said was you cheated because he caught you showing yams and ass to your cousin. That is cheating. By the way, chat, just want y'all to know in the big 2026, if you are in a relationship, fellas, if you are dating a woman, and in my humble opinion, y'all may not agree with this, and you entertain a conversation with a shorty, you sit here and you just having chats with a shorty, having connections like that, and you think to yourself, nah, she's nobody. That don't mean shit. Would she like that you're doing that? You're cheating emotionally. Would you like if that was done to you? If a guy keeps telling your shorty you look good and she look good and she keeps entertaining it, but I'm not having sex. I'm not seeing him. I'm not doing nothing. That's cheating. You're cheating. You're cheating your partner out of whatever can possibly be going on between y'all. It's still cheating. I do not give a shit. I'm a whole grown ass man. Let me tell you something what happens. Let me tell you what a grown man does. This is realistic. When you sit there and you entertain conversations, now in the brain, the motherfucker might think about some titties and ass. The motherfucker might think, damn, what if? The motherfucker might now think, wait, should I ask this question? Should I edge a question on? No. You see, he said, do I be cheating when I say freak shit to you? Yeah, and gay. That's gay too, by the way. That, you know, because you're trying to hit on me, bro, and I told you I don't swing that way. But still, regardless, and vice versa. But they were saying, he said she cheated. You showing ass, and it was to her cousin. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, yeah, you can't be about that. You know what I'm saying? That's still cheating at the end of the day. Some motherfuckers think it's just not. They try to loophole it, but then they want to beat their girlfriends up when they girl doing it too. What are we talking about, bro?
There was a rumor going around that I was cheating my entire relationship and I've been doing this for months, which is completely false because this is only a recent incident.
Why are you putting grenades?
I'm not trying to make anything I've done sound any better, but I think it's important that I share my truth because of the insane amount of lies that are being spread about me on the internet. Firstly, I want to clear up that I wasn't disowned by anybody, and I still have a great relationship with my mother. This was a fallacious rumor that was by anybody.
Oh, I muted it.
Relationship with my mother. This was a fallacious rumor that was started by someone that I thought was a friend and is completely untrue. My family does not agree with the choices that I made, but they're standing beside me as I continue to get help and work to better myself. I also want to talk about a stream that my ex was on where he alleged that I did not want to publicly claim him and I wanted to hide our relationship from the internet. But in reality, in the first year of us being together, we actually had a popular couple page. And the real reason on why I wanted to go private was because at the time, I had a lot of people actively telling me to leave him because it was toxic. I also want to make it clear that any cousin or stepbrother or any content like that we made together was his idea and he convinced me to do it. The next thing I want to address.
Oh, she's saying he convinced her to do it when he said she was the one who asked him to do it. Ooh, that's crazy. She's saying he was the one who said, let's do it, do that type of content. And he's saying that she said it. Oh, man.
This is a very serious topic. It is my belief that suicide in any form should be taken serious and never lightly. While I understand the streaming business and the need to say crazy things in order to get clips and impressions, the thought that somebody's personal struggle with suicide can be used by anybody for jokes and views is disgusting and cruel. While I've been off the net, it was brought to my attention that the streamer Snowcone made up a false rumor that I admitted myself into a suicide facility in order to get attention from my ex.
Ooh.
I was involuntarily admitted into a suicide facility because I was considered a threat to myself. It was a terrible experience and one I would never wish on myself or anybody else. I want to say to Snowcone that while I understand I'm not perfect and I've done wrong, regardless of the mistakes that a person makes, that doesn't give you or anybody else the right to belittle, lie, and create false allegations about somebody's mental health. Throughout all of this, you've lied and made up rumors about me in order to hate farm me and get attention. Even though you don't care, I want to let you know that the rumors you created have garnered me more death threats and have made my mental battle that much harder. And that hurts from someone.
Hey, you gotta sue her, girl. Sue her. Defamation. Sue her. Sue her. That's the only route you can go. Listen, look, I'm not about playing one side. I don't be on that. No, you cheated still. Sue. Sue for defamation. That's one thing I don't play with. You start spreading fake rumors. If this is true, you can sue. Easy battle. Sue. Deadass. Sue. Shorty, no, the whole internet don't like you. Who gives a fuck? Sue. Sue. Anybody talking that shit, and this is why streaming culture got a little bit ridiculous, because people thought outside of the landscape of things, you could just talk your shit. You can talk your shit till you get a certain point. You just can't start throwing fucking false. I'm not saying whoever Snowcone is lying, because I don't know who this person is. I'm saying if it's that much, like if she's telling the truth, then sue. May as well make some money off this shit. Sue. Because again, your name and your brand, that's who you are. That's your life. And anybody who tries to throw any kind of crazy allegation, you can sue. Who you be beefing with on the internet? You got a YouTube video too? I don't need a beef. I'll smack a motherfucker silly. But like, shit is nasty.
One I considered a close friend. Me and my ex were involved in a toxic and abusive relationship. When I was in love with him, I was blind to the harmful behavior and abuse that was going on. Our relationship was built on unhealthy emotional attachment, and I stayed because it was all that I knew. He was my first boyfriend, he was my first everything, and I met him when I was 18, just graduated high school, and he was 21. There's two sides to every story, and our relationship was unhealthy on both ends. And since he's decided to bring my wrongdoings onto the internet, I believe it is only fair that I bring attention to the things that he has done to me, because my ex was never a saint like he paints himself out to be.
Now, this is the part that's gonna get kind of crazy. Now, she has every right to speak. He decided to come to the internet with this shit. This is why you don't come to the internet with certain shit, because there's always a demon in the closet chilling. Before you do anything, I'm going to say two things. Before you think you're going to boss up, make sure you ain't got no shit, or make sure you're ready. Okay? Another thing too, she held accountability, all that good stuff that she's like responding to. But one thing is, regardless at the end of the day, and this is to her and him, nobody actually cares on the internet who cheated on who. Nobody actually gives a shit. People get over that shit in a day. All these weird parasocial people don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck that you even suicidal, which is unfortunate, because the internet is fucking evil. So I feel bad that she has to put her situation out there about the suicide and her having to seek herself that she win it, because like that's fucked up. That's scary. But the internet don't care, because the internet is fucking evil. They're pieces of shit in the internet. But guess what people care about? You having sex or supposedly whatever sexual intercourse with your cousin, and the fact that he put that business out there. It was never about the abuse. It was never about mental abuse or whatever. So what she's doing now can be looked at it to a lot of people as like you're trying to deflect from what people are really more concerned about. Nobody even cares that you cheated on him. The internet don't give a fuck. These guys out here, these weird fucking incels don't care. But when you involve something kind of heinous like that, but with your cousin, everybody's looking for a reaction. So again, if the roles were reversed, what a lot of people like to do is they try to bring up the dirt from other people. He specifically made it about the cheating situation, and now she's making it about how he wasn't a good person anyways. But what happened with this cheating situation and your cousin's situation? That's what the internet wants to know. Remember what happened with Corey Kenshin? Corey Kenshin, they came out. People were like, oh my God, fuck him. All these weak ass bitches was like, oh my God, fuck him. No man cared that he was considered a bad boyfriend. What people latched onto was that the alleged supposed that he was an abuser or sexually abused her or whatever the case was, because the way she worded her statement, and when the attention became hot, they interviewed her quickly and she fucking fixed the shit that she said, because Corey could have sued or somebody could have sued. She wrote something on a TikTok that made it seem like Corey was like sexually abusive or some weird shit. And she was like, no. It's all emotional. He never did any of these things to me. No, he wasn't even a bad person. So then why would you put these statements out against him? You made it look a certain way. People didn't give a fuck that he cheated. Yo, man, I don't give a fuck. I'll dap that man up after I see him fuck 15 bitches behind your back. Nobody cares. No one cares. You know who cares? Single bitches. Single females that ain't got no guy in their life with no dick to run to. Like, nobody gives a fuck. The Tylil situation. Ain't nobody give a fuck that he cheated on his girl. You know, God bless his girl, you know what I'm saying? But nobody gave a shit. Nobody sitting here like, oh my God, you're such a bad guy. We don't give a fuck. We don't even give a fuck if he was to slap her in the face, because that's not my business. I don't give a shit. That's not on me. Handle that with the police. But when that girl lied on Tylil's name and said that she was sexually assaulted or whatever those allegations were, the internet is like, oh, Kai Cenat, your friend. See what I'm saying? You start moving the story of what was the initial. I'm just saying. You see these type of things? I don't agree with that. And I'm going to stand 10 toes down. I don't like when women do that. Stick to the subject, bro. Stick to the subject. And not just women. Dudes do that too. They gaslight. Next thing you know, dudes want to sit here and spit some bullshit. Meanwhile, you didn't realize you was a lazy bum motherfucker too. And you led your woman to do certain shit. You know, some people got to learn how to take accountability. I need a TV show. Man, I'll probably get hate. But listen, I'm just saying, I'm going to let her speak her shit, obviously. But what she's saying, she's only saying it because he came out about her cheating, having sex with the cousin part. Or else this would have never happened. Not only that, just want to be very clear. You were still in this relationship with him at the time. So it's not like you were single and he's single and then you decided to later on come out. You were still actively in that relationship with him. So all that abuse that happened, you were still there, which means now you're exposing him after the disposition of him just exposing everything else. Shit is bad.
We had a lot of arguments throughout our relationship, which was normal. But what wasn't normal was the verbal, mental, and physical abuse that he subjected me to. He put me through a lot in the past 2.5 years of us being together. He even forced himself on me at one point.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. No, somebody should have definitely read her script. Or not, and I say script because, let me respectfully say this. I would write a script just to know, like, to remember all my bullet points. If God forbid anything happened like that. This is bad. You was with him for 2.5 years. You stayed with him. This is not to say that we undermine any of that. But now you're deciding to do that shit so that people can forget the fact that you did what you did. Man. Yo, TBH, oh, man, I'm so glad you fucking here right now. Call me out if I'm bugging, son, please. Again, this is not even, look, if she got some real mental health things going on with the, the SI, suicidal stuff, like I said, I don't find that funny. I don't feel like it's okay that people like are finding the entertainment side of it, nor are people lying on Sue. You know what I'm saying? But I have a real problem with that. If you're in a relationship, yeah, she do sound a little bit thing. I think it's like maybe she has an accent, so she has like, she talks much more slower, whatever. But no, clearly there's something wrong. Yes. I mean, look, I'm toxic when I'm not live, bro. I doom scroll. You know what I'm saying? I don't like doom scrolling on Twitch. I like to game and shit. But no disrespect, like the content and what she was doing was kind of crazy. That's not normal behavior. Back in the days, I mean, it's always been happening, but I've always said this. Back in the days, the culture was men wanted to look like they were the shit, right? They dress up, whatever. They wanted to be the one that bagged the most females. It's looking kind of crazy now. And also guys used to like to style on other dudes, like they want whatever, but it was more so to try to bag that woman. In today's culture, you got a lot of guys that are down to dress down and be broke as fuck to go to a club that's like 99% men, just because they want those guys to know I got it and you don't. The culture is weird. You got people in this space. They're willing to do content. And I ain't gonna say brother's name, where they agree to disrespect each other on stream just to get put on TikToks, and even willing to get looked at as an abuser. But because he knows he's going viral, you're okay with it. That shit is fucking crazy to me. But then people walk around and say that they successful. Gang, the real success comes from you not having to do any of that shit. That's the hard part. I would go viral every single day if I involved in some weird red pill women ain't shit, they need to clean and do dishes and then talk about like wifey eating the wrong way and purposely have her here arguing and make her cry just for the clicks on purpose. Like that's, of course anybody's gonna grow. People love that shit. But what she just did right there, you was in a relationship with him. Now you stood with him. So whenever he forced himself on you, 2.5 years later, y'all still together. So what's going on? That's
My ex dealt with a lot of anger issues, and he would often use me as an outlet. For example, he would punch things, he would rip wires in the heat of conflicts. He would yell at me when I cried, and he would gaslit me until I believed I was the problem. There were 2 or 3 times where my ex would approach me unprovoked and put me in a chokehold against the wall, and I would tell him to stop because I was scared, and he wouldn't. The next thing I'm about to say are serious allegations that I know men often get falsely accused of, but at the end of the day, all I can do is come on here, tell my truth, tell my story, whether you want to believe it or not. There was a time where me and my ex were drinking, and he forced himself onto me. And it hurt, and I cried, and I begged him to stop, but he never did.
I need to call a professional. I need to call a professional on this one. Let me tell you something. Anybody, look, I've went on dates, and I'm not even like the initiator because like I was always a nervous wreck. So when I finally started going outside, going on dates, my biggest thing was just trying to look pretty for the hoe. You know what I'm saying? For the hoes. I wasn't even the initiator because I was always a pussy. But don't get me wrong. You give me that look, the kiss, and then I'll just ask you know what I'm saying? Can I get a kiss? You know, you try to be on some smooth shit because me, I didn't know how to approach women. I was bad. But can somebody break this down for me? Because, and be respectful in the chat too, because you never know who's watching. I just don't want people to think like, oh, I'm okay with people talking a certain way. But break this down for me. You're drinking with your boyfriend, and then you didn't want him to have sex with you, but this is your boyfriend. I guess like you can't say nothing if she's saying stop, then I guess you're wrong for that. It's just the way she's saying shit. I don't know. I'm getting kind of confused. That's why I said I need a professional.
At the time of my essay, he was very rough on me, which resulted in me getting a cut on my insides. Luckily, I was able to take video footage of the blood on the scene and a graphic photo of the damage that resulted.
Oh, we ain't need a...
After all this abuse, I formed a trauma bond with my ex, which made it hard for me to leave and left me in a cycle of half-hearted apologies that I continue to accept. This was a memory of mine that was heavily repressed because I didn't know how to process it at the time, and I was very oblivious to what a healthy relationship was supposed to look like. After 1 year of mental torment and trying to get my ex to change to no avail, I left.
Listen, you know why I ain't never been told no, chat? In these situations, I ain't never been told no because I don't want to put myself in, like, not saying never, meaning like the reason why I wasn't ever in these situations here because you don't put yourself in these situations. I don't go out and drink with women. Well, I got wifey, well, obviously, and we gay. We drink like rice wine and shit, and I haven't drank that shit in a minute. But the whole point is like even when I went on dates, like I said, bro, don't put yourself in any kind of situation. But let me see this. I passed out last night. Kat, give me a brief overview of why you broke up. Well, I could tell, but I finished at 3 a.m. Despite everything, I loved him. This was in 2024. Hold on, because I remember something. He would change, but he never will. For me, soon after I talked the next day, we have an argument where his stubbornness had held him back from being mature. It's just proof he would never change. So I stood up and broke up with him 2 days ago. Do it right now. We break up. I'm dead ass done putting up with your bullshit and your stubbornness. You are wrong for the shit. I'm good. You got it. here's what I'm gonna say. Didn't she say? I think my mom's just sleeping. Didn't she say something along the lines of, how do I say this? Didn't she say in her stream, because the clips that it's all the clips that went viral, that she was shitting on him, she would torture him, like make fun of him, she would fuck with him, and do mad shit to him. But when you read this, it seems like she never did anything and that this relationship was cool. See, this is why the internet, I don't know what's true or not. Like, was she saying all that to her chat just to be funny? Because again, this is why you gotta like, don't say something about your person, because everybody looks at you like a piece of shit because of the simple fact that, you have a good one, Bobby. Everybody looks at her like a piece of shit too because she admits and laughs that she mistreated him and talks shit about him. You know what I'm saying? So now you write this and you come off like you mad serious and like this relationship will never work because you don't put your efforts. But just in your other clips, you sounded like you didn't want to be with him at first and you put him through hell. You legit said you put him through hell. The thing is, they can both exist. In this situation right here, so she wants to bring up this kind of play, right? When was this that y'all are serious? Because the way he's acting, we also got to remind ourselves she said these things publicly. He didn't say that. She said she was fucking with him. She said she liked her. She said, oh, I like this person more than Kitty. She was always dogging him. In all the clips she put out, she was dogging him. So I'm trying to see when I'm trying to match the times at ease where behind the scenes you're serious. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying she's lying. What I'm saying is, for the content, you made yourself look bad, because when it's time for this shit to be serious and for people to understand on that playing field, people are going to be reminded of all your clips. People are going to be reminded of your clips. She could be very much telling the truth. It's about what you say. I could have never hit animals. I could have never hit animals, right? The problem is this. If I'm on stream saying, yo, chat, man, I'll fucking cut a cat's head off. Oh, man, I'll beat the shit out this dog. But yet I'm saying that to get y'all to say, oh my God, woes and all that other shit. And then something happens behind the scenes where, God forbid, a pet dies. If I'm going to be like, chat, I'm so sad. The chat is going to say, fuck you. Didn't you say this on this day and that and on that day and this on this day that you'll do this to this animal? Now all of a sudden this pet died and you want us to feel bad? That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not, look, hey, Jamaica Pure, I'm gonna be honest, that shit don't matter. That shit don't matter. I've been in scenarios just like that, but that shit don't matter. You know why? We on the internet. That's what I'm trying to say. 50 different scenarios could be true. None of that shit matters, because it's not what you say. It's not what I say. It's what the internet says. And if the internet wants to bring up your dirt and show clips, they can do that. She's beating a dead horse trying to she's beating a dead horse trying to speak her truth, because the internet got her in a chokehold and they don't want to believe this. I'm telling you, they don't want to believe this. They don't want to believe that she was a victim. What I'm trying to tell you is, yeah, we feel bad for certain shit because she don't look like she's right in the head. But you're speaking more like in logic. You're speaking like logical, like, oh, yeah, no, but these situations could be together. They could be, that don't matter. That don't matter. You could lie on a man right now on the internet and say he essayed her, right? It's just random people. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could literally lie on the internet and be like, yeah, he essayed me. Nobody cared about anything else. They just want to believe that he essayed her. And Ty Lil got to go all out his way to provide proof that he never essayed the shorty. And guess what? People still look at him like he bugging. That's what I'm trying to say. Even when you speak your truth, people are going to remind you of the shit you did. That's what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? That's all I was trying to say. Nobody's saying, I'm not going to denounce her. I'm not going to say that she wasn't putting her all. The internet don't care about that. They care about what she was saying in those clips. That's the problem. That's what I was saying. The cousin thing, she was getting abused by her ex. Should be held accountable, but also she is wrong for what she did. No, of course she's wrong for that. But all this information, we don't need none of this. No disrespect. I'm reacting to it. So, like, obviously I'm guilty of this shit. I'm reacting. No disrespect, though. We don't need to know none of this shit. We didn't. I even said it too. Don't look. I'm not no hypocrite. When I saw that video where he was when that dude Kenneth whatever was talking and shit, I said it. I think that's a bad idea that you put that out. God forbid that shorty wants to hurt herself now. That's on your conscience. That's on your conscience, bro. What if she, God forbid, self-deletes herself because she can't deal with the internet because of what you did? That's bad. Why did the internet need to know that she did that with her cousin? Handle that with her family. You was with her for 2.5 years. But he decided to go live with it. Just saying, man.
I left. Here's proof of my ex admitting to his anger issues and admitting to...
Oh shit, she's going quick.
I left. Here's proof of...
You hope I rot in hell. I've been in hell for these past 11 days. I've been experiencing hell on earth. I am so speechless. This is some little kid-ass relationship, bro.
Of my ex admitting to his anger issues.
Right now, I feel absolutely tarnished and destroyed in life. I don't even feel like I deserve to talk to you right now because of what I put you through. I wish after my countless promises that I kept them and I said I would do better. I'm not going to talk about the effects or what I've been going through because I'm not trying to manipulate you to feel bad. You know, possibly, you're doing it right now. Twist your mind, but this is how I feel. I am someone with a great amount of pride and anger issues in my heart of a disagreement. I hold on to my pride. Like I said, calm the fuck down. I'm so fucked up for that. I was, so none of this is him admitting or anything that he hurt her out of like forcing or sexual assault. I'm just letting you know. Like he didn't write none of that stuff. So I don't know. Maybe I'm looking for something.
And admitting to the abuse that led to the fallout of our relationship.
I don't like that when you get caught up now all of a sudden you want to, and this is some, damn it, I hate that this happened because outside of this topic, man, I don't know.
The letters that he wrote for me where he confessed to his abuse and confessed to the wrongdoings that he put me through in our relationship. I also have a screenshot of a 20-minute confession where he confessed to his wrongdoings and he made it for me in order to convince me to continue being in a relationship with him. I tried to re-access the link in order to showcase the video for you guys today, but it was sent by him and it was privated by him, so I no longer have access to it. My ex often tried to use money as a way to avoid responsibility for his shortcomings. I'm very grateful for everything my ex bought for me. However, I don't appreciate insisting that I was freeloading off of him when everything he ever did was his choice. And I don't believe a relationship should just be reduced to a list of expenses either. Monetary value does not disregard toxic behaviors. After all of these gestures, I took my ex back in February of 2025. And in March of that year, after leaving him from the airport, I was set into a spiral of losing myself and wanting to seek therapy. Here's the video I recorded after leaving my ex.
Like, I just don't know what I'm doing anymore, but I feel like
Nah, this shorty ain't well. Yeah, he should have kept it offline. If her ex responds to this is going to be ridiculous. It's going to be like fucking Jerry Springer. I'm going to keep it a bean. All this that she's saying, we don't need it. I don't know how old these people are. She said she was 18 when they started dating. She's probably like 19, 20. I'm going to be 1,000%. This shit sounds fucked up, but I'm not saying it from that place. We don't need to know none of this shit she's talking about. And I hate that I'm saying that and she's a female. I hate that I'm saying that because she's a female, so it's not because she's a female. It could have been the dude. I would have been like, gang, what the fuck is you talking about? He didn't talk about how you were in the relationship. He allowed you to dog walk him, and he was being weird about it too, being okay with the skits y'all did, where y'all faked it as a cousin, all that shit. He let you dress how you dress on stream. I don't know what the ins and outs of y'all relationship. Everybody is going based off the fact that he talked about how you cheated with your cousin and why he left you. Nobody wants to hear this other stuff, man, unfortunately. The only people that's going to want to come now console you is other broken-ass people and dudes who probably have an addiction to jerking off. Those are the only weird motherfuckers that's really gonna try to console her. That's it. The internet don't give a fuck. You should go to the cops, actually. If you got SA for real, go to the cops. Go to the cops. Handle that shit legally. The internet didn't have to know nothing about y'all relationship being up and down. That shit doesn't excuse you banging your cousin. Listen, anybody who's offended by this, man, I don't give a shit, to be honest. I'm too old to be a part of the fucking internet shit. Go to the cops. Nobody asked for all this. I don't like to entertain. Look, I'm entertaining the holy fuck, she banged her cousin. What the fuck? I want to know what the fuck, why did that happen, and if she's seeking treatment, help. Nobody wants to hear about your relationship issues, man. Like, everybody got issues. But now, if you got SA'd, please, God, go to the cops. Please go to the cops. Please. That's like the best thing to do. Go to the cops.
I just need to listen and get help.
Because she needs help.
Other people in my life, or maybe therapy. Like, I think
I feel bad. I feel bad not because of all the. I feel bad because I don't think she's well, bro. I think she might be like a little.
I need to stop.
It's all them youngins, bro. They're all fucked up, man. I feel bad.
I'm sorry, it's just so like.
The internet got these youngins fucked up, man. Dead ass.
It's scripted, but I just kind of want to pour everything out because I'm breaking point in my life right now. But it's not your problem at all. At all. But, yeah, I need help in that sense. I need to listen and grow up and do better.
At the end of the day, I chose to stay in this relationship and I made my mistakes. I regret everything I did and I wish I could take it all back. I never wanted to hurt anybody and I understand how badly I messed up. The only thing I can do from now is take the time to better myself and to heal. The next and final thing I would like to discuss is my mental health. Throughout everything that has happened, I have come to terms with the fact that I suffer with depression. It's a battle that I've been unknowingly fighting for the past. I suffer with depression. It's a battle that I've been.
She said she was diagnosed with it, or she's just saying it?
And unknowingly fighting for the past 2 years. I was in denial and blamed it on a lot of other things in my life without fully understanding myself. Mental health is so stigmatized to where a lot of people, including me, do not get the help that they need when they need it, and it can often lead to self-destruction. Throughout the past few weeks, I've attempted to take my life multiple times, and the only reason I'm here right now is because I failed. During this fight, I stopped eating, I stopped sleeping, and I struggled to take care of my well-being. I felt helpless, and every day I would struggle with finding a reason to continue to live. I often felt like the world would be a better place without me. The suicide facility that I was admitted to was an abrasive environment that only made me regress more. In my time there, I met a lot of people that were in worse positions than me, and I learned a lot about the unfair and inhumane treatment that these people receive. And from my experience there and my own personal journey, I've been very motivated to advocate for better resources and more attention given to these people to assist them in getting the proper help that they need. I understand that my actions have consequences, and I also understand how the internet works. So I knew the hate was inevitable, and I have no problem with facing that. However, I do want to remind you guys that I am still a human being, and I don't think anyone deserves the immense cyberbullying and the non-stop death threats that I've received in the past few days.
Anybody who's cyberbullying her or sending her death threats are weird as fuck, because this is an issue between her and the guy that she was dating. No man or woman should actually be reaching out to her to say anything. This is why I hate these internet motherfuckers. I hate these fucking internet people. And not a lot of them are kids. A lot of them are fucking 30 years old. I hate y'all motherfuckers so much. And I don't even use the word hate. Y'all gotta stop writing to people like we give a fuck about y'all. And I'm not talking about you guys in the chat. The parasocial motherfuckers that be in the corner with their knees up to their chest like this. Subscribe to my channel. Like those motherfuckers, we don't give a shit about you, bitch. Why are you sending death threats? It be these weird motherfuckers. It be the motherfuckers where somebody go live and they want to dress down and fit, but sit behind the keyboard saying, yo, I'm wearing my J's today. Bitch, we don't give a fuck what you wearing. You ain't going nowhere. You wore that shit so that you can see her stream? You're weird. You're fucking weird. These people she had no reason to get death threats. This is why I said I don't think it was a good idea that he put that video out. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think, wait, but let me see what y'all said. Psych, thank you for the 12 months. Thank you for the 1 year. Ricky, would you agree with that? Would I agree with what? You need what was it that you said? It's not, what would you got to tell me. What were you talking about? Now you said, I wish these youngins, well, man, no, absolutely. Here's my thing. I hate this PR talk, but I definitely feel bad for her. Exactly. No, it's definitely PR talk, but she needs to seek help, bro. Look, unless you're a child molester or you're a person who runs around graping, I say grape, terms of service, women, and you hurt kids and you hurt women and animals, I don't give a fuck about you, and I don't give a shit if you had problems as a kid. I don't give a fuck about none of that. You know where you gotta go? You gotta go to jail, handle that. Deal with that now. Deal with that. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't give a shit. This is completely different from that. Do you agree with the mental hospitals are bad? Do you agree with the mental hospitals are bad statement? Gang, why are you writing to me like you Dominican with an accent? Can you write to me regular, brother? Come on, psych. Write it different so I know exactly what you're saying. Like, write it out, please. I'm just trolling you, but like, you write it out better. I'm being dead serious because no disrespect. You know I'm trolling you. None of this should have been made public. Yeah, nobody wants to hear all this. Now, no, hold on. Her thing with the cousin, if she's expressing her mental health part and she took, taking accountability, which she actually did not confirm here, nor is it an interesting of it. It was more so like my thing was she gonna seek help, right? I think a lot of dudes on the internet want to know if she actually did it. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to know if you actually did it. Whatever I believe, I believe. I want to know that you're seeking help. But she came on here talking about their whole relationship in a nutshell. We don't care about that. But mental hospitals are dangerously sad, sadly, but she does need to seek help for a psychiatrist and therapist. Wait, there was also another comment. Slime wrote, I can't lie, I agree recording everything and broadcasting everything. And broadcasting everything ain't, I can't lie. I agree recording everything and broadcasting everything ain't good, but at the same time, it's all you have for your own safety. Yes or no? Yes or no? I'll tell you why. You live your life every single day. You live your life every single day. Nobody put a gun to your head and tells you to go live to wear those sexy cop outfits and say shit like, when I hit puberty, man, I was looking at my cousin like that, like sexually. And then say shit like, yeah, I just ragged on him. I didn't even want this nigga. I didn't want this man. Like, when you do, nobody's putting a gun to your head to say that. As I do see some truth in people documenting their daily living, whether it fits your diet or anything, a lot of these youngins are dealing with some real mental problems. A lot of them youngins are fucked up, man. I don't give a fuck who gets offended by that. It's the truth. A lot of them are fucked up in the head. Every time somebody gets exposed for some crazy fucking shit, you got that one dude from OTF that supposedly had like hentai and like CP or some weird shit on his PC, and it popped up on his notes, all these links. And he's a grown-ass man. People are sick. People are not well. People are not well. Lakari, yeah, I say allegedly because I don't know what the situation. That's what I'm saying. But everything else she's saying, I need to see the comments to this.
I do believe that bringing all of this to the internet and the way my ex did was completely wrong and invasive. It felt like a breach in our privacy. I know a lot of people don't believe I deserve the platform that I have and don't think I should come back to the internet at all. I understand. What I did is undoable, it's terrible, and I can't tell you enough how much I regret it. However, I do want to come back. I do want to be able to use my platform to raise awareness for mental health, because I know there's a lot of people out there who are just like me, who are struggling and they don't even know it. I will be back to streaming, and I will be back to doing what I love, because at the end of the day, I want to use my platform to help people. And I do believe after I get stronger and I get help, I can do that. To my community and to all my supporters, I'm so sorry I let you guys down. I'm so sorry I disappointed you guys. And if you are still here to support me, thank you. If not,
I need a cigarette. I mean, damn, this shit makes me want to smoke. I don't even smoke, chat. I'll be honest, man. Blank was good, gang. Again, out of respect, I just want this girl to get help, bro. Just want her to get help. I just want her to get help. You know what I'm saying? Seek actual help, because we don't want to hear something about somebody self-deleting themselves or hurting themselves and shit like that. That's number one. That's number one. Number two, I stopped giving a fuck about what people would ever say about me. I don't give a shit. I know what the fuck I am. I know who I am. This was 12 minutes and 29 seconds of shit that we didn't have to know, because it didn't address anything that he said except for like the first 3 minutes. Not undermining all these other issues that they have, but that's not for the internet. In fact, again, that dude who put that video out too about the cousin cheating with the gun, we didn't have to know that, man. We didn't have to know that. Like, the internet didn't have to really know that.